ayagala muntu yazza omusango agamba nti kino kukirambulula kkooti ebinyumira musango mission ku peegi namba 31 peegi zakoze bwatyo ate kibolera ku namba 6
is taking away. Yes. Also noted with concern that A1 has disputed all the ingredients of all the 6 offenses that have been preferred. Then counsel for A2 all the ingredients of all the offenses that have been preferred against him. Then counsel for A2 and A6, what is it? You represent A6, right? Yes. Has also disputed all of the ingredients of all the offenses that have been preferred against him. However, counsel for A3, A4, and A5 only disputes the ingredient of participation. Only disputes the ingredient of participation in respect to all the offenses that have been preferred against his clients. My Lord, in my highlights, I will only labor to highlight on the ingredient of participation against all the accused persons in respect to all the offenses indicted against them. Against all the accused person in respect to all the offenses that have been indicted against them, both jointly and severally. And my Lord, in no particular order. My Lord, PW 21, the IO in this case, ably informed the court the events in respect to the participation of each individual accused person. To the participation of each individual accused person. In respect to A6, PW 21 indicated that A6 bore the information with regard to the location and residence of Maria Nagirinya Gateni. Bore information in regard to the location and residence of Maria Nagirinya Gateni, and he had particulars of her motor vehicle. He had particulars of her motor vehicle. Which information, my Lord, he conveyed to A1 and the rest of the accused persons. Which information he conveyed to A1 and the rest of the accused person. Pursuant to that information, A6, A4, and A1 together with A3, A6, A4, and A1. My Lord, I pray exclude A3 from that. It's A6, A4, and A1. Participated in the wrecking of the home residence of Nagirinya Maria Gateni, with the view of establishing the entrance and exit routes. The entrance and exit routes. And to ascertain the usual time with which she arrives home from work. And ascertain the usual time with which she arrives home from work. This happened prior to the commission of the respective offenses. My Lord, as a result of those incidences, in light with the information that was given by A6, the accused persons were able to build a coordination force were able to facilitate their mission and were able to garner adequate transport means. That is suitable for the execution of the criminal acts. Facilitated the commission of the crime. That facilitated the commission of crime. In essence, A4 was a coordinator, a mobilizer, and a key facilitator for transportation of his colleagues to execute the criminal acts. Without A4's adequate participation, the commission of these offenses would never have been a success. Commission of these offenses would never have been a success. My Lord, as was seen in the footage, ANPR camera footage, which was tendered in this court, where Mr. Kasolo is seen driving the car while at Chinawataka. Where Mr. Kasolo is seen driving a car while at Chinawataka. He was putting on a red jacket. That red jacket was given to him by A4. Actually, it was A4's jacket. And the purpose why that jacket was given to Mr. Kasolo is to enable him to conceal, hide, and keep away the toy gun. To conceal, hide, and keep away the toy gun that Kasolo used to threaten Mr. Chitayimbwa Ronald when he was driving the car. To A3 and A5. In as far as this case is concerned, the two accused persons were not mere boda riders. The two accused persons, that is A3 and A5, were not mere boda riders, but they were motorcycle riders that had been hired for purposes of the execution of the offenses indicted against the accused. And my lord, these are still observations of PW21. My lord, A3 and A5, upon taking the accused persons to the gate of Nagirinya's residence, waited with the view of providing security or safety as Kasolo, Rubega, and Senabulia were conducting the kidnap of Nagirinya Maria Gatenyi and Chitayimbwa Ronald. My lord, this is information still from the observations of PW21, and in respect to this CCTV footage, that is Exhibit 31, it is clearly indicative that A3 and A5 spent about 5 minutes at the kidnap scene waiting until Kasolo drove away the car. From Exhibit 31 and 32, it's a report and the CCTV footage. 31 and 32, it is clear that A3 and A5 only exited the kidnap scene after they had successfully guaranteed the success of Kasolo, Rubega, and Senabulia. After they had successfully guaranteed the safety of Kasolo, Rubega, and Senabulia, and after the kidnap mission had become a success. As PW9 indicated, he clearly told this court that they moved following them. That PW9 indicated that A3 and A5 moved following them, but they could not go far because the car was moving fast. My Lord, PW21 informed this court that after the arrest of A3, he took A3 in the CCTV room at Katwe police station. After the arrest of A3, he took A3 in the CCTV room at Katwe police station and showed him the video captioned in Prosecution Exhibit 32. That's the CCTV footage. And A3 captioned in Prosecution Exhibit 32. And A3 confirmed that the two riders on the motorcycle that are seen in that footage were himself, that is A3 and A5. My Lord, PW9 informed this honorable court that when he entered the car, the victims, that is Nagirinya and Kitaimbwa, had been forced at the back seat of the car. And my Lord, that they were forced to lie on the behind seats. Not voluntarily, they were forced. And my Lord, he also informed court that he, that is PW9, and A2 sat on them at the orders of Kasolo. Sat on them at the orders of Kasolo. This is in spite of the pleas of Nagirinya to forgive them, and the pleas, Nagirinya asked them, "What do you want?" And Kasolo silenced her. Demeans PW9, and he calls him a liar. He calls PW9 a police officer. He says his evidence should not be believed. In short, according to Mr. Kasolo, PW9 is a villain, a betrayer, a man that has turned his back against him. The Supreme Court in the case of Katoka Jubi Godfrey versus Uganda The Supreme Court in the case of Katoka Jubi Godfrey versus Uganda, that's Supreme Court Criminal Appeal number 20 of 2014, cited the number 20 of 2014, cited the decision of R versus Thorne. Thorne is Thorne. Thorne. R versus Thorne. 1979 Criminal Appeal number 6, and stated that nothing can prevent a court, nothing can prevent a court from convicting an accused person on uncorroborated evidence. On uncorroborated evidence. of an accomplice, however villain he is. Uncorroborated evidence of an accomplice, however villain he is. So it doesn't matter what names Mr. Kasolo calls Senabulia. Senabulia's evidence, as long as believable by court, my Lord, I pray that this honorable court adopts it.
Is it uncorroborated or corroborated?
My Lord, the word here is uncorroborated.
Okay, but according to you,
It's
you find anything in court to
actually,
find out whether this one is corroborated or not?
my Lord, I will demonstrate to court that there is more than enough corroboration in respect to this case.
So, bringing a scenario which may not be, I don't know whether it is here. It is up to you to help the court.
Most obliged, my Lord. My Lord, PW 11, that is Constable Putiri Hassan. Constable Putiri Hassan informed this honorable court that on the 9th of September 2019, Kasolo and Lubega,
9th of September
2019, Kasolo and Lubega led them for a search at their respective homes. Led them for a search at their respective homes. At the home of Lubega, yes. He had earlier disclosed that he had a panga which he had used at the scene of crime in Mukono. And when the officer and others, the SOC officers went, Lubega led them to a place he had kept the panga, the lower part of the roof of the toilet, actually pit latrine, of the pit latrine.
That is what? The lower?
The lower part of the roof plate of his pit latrine. My Lord, pursuant to Section 29 of the Evidence Act, the discovery of that panga could only have been made by a person who knows where he kept it. Needless to say that in the evidence of Dr. Nen, the girl expert, needless to say, in the evidence of Mr. Nen, the girl expert, that's PW 18, the said panga was obtained, was
the government annual lab.
Yes, my Lord.
Expert.
Yes, my Lord. The panga was observed to have the DNA of Nagirinya Maria Gaten. My Lord, before the officers left the home of Lubega, Mr. Kasolo saw a four. And this is in respect to the evidence of Putiri and PW 21.
The evidence
of Putiri and PW 21.
Putiri is a PW.
PW 11. My Lord, Mr. Kasolo saw F4 and informed PW 21 that that gentleman, referring to F4, Chiseka,
And informed PW.
PW 21, that gentleman, referring to F4, was also part of the people that committed the offenses. Was also part of the people that committed the offenses. My Lord, at that point, F4 tried, actually, ran. He was pursued and arrested. F4 ran, he was pursued and arrested. Yes, my Lord. It was at the point of the search. My Lord, in the evidence of Osekenye Michael, that's PW 12, in the evidence of Osekenye Michael, PW 12, who recorded a scene reconstruction video. He ably informed the court that the accused persons made their narrations voluntarily on how they committed the offenses at the respective scenes of crime. That the accused persons made their narrations voluntarily on how they committed the offenses at the respective scenes of crime. It was not demonstrated at that point that the accused persons had been tortured or coerced or forced. And nothing in the video, that is Prosecution Exhibit 18, nothing in this scene reconstruction video, which was admitted as Prosecution Exhibit 18, indicates the allegations of torture, force, coercion. Nothing in the scene reconstruction indicates by any color any forms of torture, coercion, force. But everything depicts a consistent voluntary narration. Everything depicts a consistent voluntary narration by the accused persons. My Lord, the said video was transcribed and received as Prosecution Exhibit 21. My Lord, Mr. Kasolo recorded a charge and caution statement. A Luganda version was received, an un-English translation as Prosecution Exhibit 19 and 20 respectively. This confession statement was most obliged. Yes, they were tendered as Prosecution Exhibits 19 and 20 respectively. That's the Luganda version, which was Kasolo's, and 20 respectively. Luganda and English respectively. My Lord, the said confession statements were tendered in this court by Detective Nakatude Winfred, PW 15. Detective Nakatude Winifred, PW 15. Winifred. Yes. My Lord, prior to the admission of the said confessions, Mr. Kasolo raised issues of torture. This honorable court conducted a meticulous and thorough trial within a trial process. A meticulous and thorough trial within a trial process. To ascertain the veracity of the allegations raised by Kasolo of torture. To ascertain the veracity of the allegations raised by Kasolo of torture. My Lord, this trial within a trial was within the spirit of the Human Rights Enforcement Act cited by Kasolo. Was within the spirit of the Human Rights Enforcement Act cited by Kasolo for court to determine any allegation of breach or infringement of human rights.
Good.
For court to determine the infringement or breach of human rights of Kasolo and his colleague Lubega. Of Kasolo and his colleague Lubega. My Lord, this honorable court made a determination to the effect that the allegations are false, they are baseless, they are lies, and there was no torture. This honorable court made a determination that the allegations are false, they are lies, baseless, and there was no torture as against Kasolo and Lubega. And this honorable court also found in its determination that the charge and caution statement was recorded voluntarily by Kasolo. As a result thereof, and in compliance with the provisions of the Evidence Act and the regulations therein, and in compliance with the provisions of the Human Rights Enforcement Act, this honorable court admitted the charge and caution statement. I have had the opportunity of reading the submissions of Kasolo. And in almost all the pages, he is only complaining about torture. And he says nothing about the offense that was committed. My Lord, I pray that those submissions should be disregarded. My Lord, in his charge and caution...
Muntu yazza musango agamba nti kino kukirambulula kkooti ebiwulira musango mission ku peegi namba 31 peegi zaakoze bw'atyo ate kwenda ku namba 6.
No, I'll respond orally. After this, when you people submit, I'll respond.
Okay.
Yeah, because you know.
But already filed our submission.
Yes, I could respond to those ones orally. I don't intend to put written.
Have you brought the other man for settlement?
I learned today that he had been summoned, that you people had issued summons on him, but he's
Has he
not.
come?
No.